Operations. Thanks for tuning in, checking us out, whether live or replay. Happy Wednesday. Wednesday already. Hey, it just occurred to me that Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, is like really soon. It's like I kept thinking, oh gosh, it's not until October. I've got ages, and then I realized it's like the middle of September. October's going to be here in no time. So all of a sudden, it was like, oh geez, I better start booking people in and getting that going. So plans are underway. Plans are underway. Um, just probably that weekend I'll be open the Saturday, maybe close the holiday Monday, but I'll give you guys a heads up on that one closer to the date. Just I think when it comes to Thanksgiving, everybody has so many dinners that they have to go to that they can't fit it all in 1 or 2 days, or they need to have the Monday to recover. So as much as I would be open this Saturday, I'm thinking I would just be here by myself on the Monday, which I will probably still be here, but more in the morning. And we'll see how that goes. So videos this week. Thank
Betty
you.
Ann says, hi, Cindy, watching with my grandchildren.
Oh, hey, hi, Betty Ann. Hi, grandkids. So Monday's video, thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun with Monday's video, and so far you guys are all really enjoying it too. So thank you for all of the sweet comments on that one.
Paige Nicole Cormer says, hi,
hey.
My first live with you, heart.
Nicole, thanks for tuning in. Glad you could catch us. Is she on Facebook or YouTube? On YouTube. Let me think. Facebook, YouTube, Facebook, YouTube. It's like, I can't remember which one's which. So this guy was Monday's video. So I started with, I didn't do this part. This is just a print, but it was in a heavy wood frame. And I just thought it'd be so cool to just start with that and then add to it. So adding like the Hello Pumpkin molds and some of the toadstools and all that kind of thing. They just sort of fit in there really nicely, just as an extra little piece of decor. But I love the idea of, finding kind of a cool print, something that appeals to you. And it doesn't have to be holiday themed. It can just be something you kind of like, and then adding to it.
Paige says, thank you, that's beautiful. And Kathy Monk says, love that guy. And Tony Daly says, hi, Cindy, how are you? I love that.
Thanks, guys. So he's sold already. So Joyce, putting him off to the side for you, honey. But it was just the concept that I fell in love with. I had seen some painters, right? Some really, really good artists, and they would grab an old print, or even for some of them, like an old original oil painting or something that was not valuable. And then they would start painting not over it, but within it, right? So they would add elements to it. Or I saw one fellow, it was this bright, sunny painting, and he turned it into this dark, gloomy, kind of wet and rainy sort of painting with all the same elements, but just creating tonal shifts. It was just very cool. I don't have that skill, but you know what? I took that as the inspiration to then, when I saw this print, say, wow, those pumpkins and some of the other molds are going to go great with it, and used it as a springboard. And I like that idea. And I invite you to kind of keep it in mind. If you're out thrifting, you're at garage sales, and you see an old picture that just sort of appeals to you and you think could work in your decor, but you want to add something to it, you want to zhuzh it up a little bit, you want to play, I think it's a cool idea. It's a lot of fun.
Paige says, I'm about to try UV resin for the first time. Have you ever used it? Experiences?
UV resin? No. I actually just started using resin the other day. Doing an epoxy resin and then doing some molds with some of the casting resin. So I'm still a resin newbie myself. So you know what? Send tips my way.
Is that what Sean's used?
I'm more than happy. Sorry?
Is that what Sean has used before?
Yes, yes. So yes, my son-in-law does some woodworking, and he has used some resin, some of the colored resins, to be able to use with the wood for some coasters and things like that. So that's what Nick was asking about. So today's video, the short, so the little baby video. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. It's a good one for Betty Ann. It's a good one for the grandkids. It's a little addictive, super easy, using a squeegee, creating some ghosts and some cats. Perfect for Halloween. Easy to do, and then you're able to add in the faces and stuff. So it's a lot of fun and a little addictive, because I did it without grandkids here, and I did way more than I needed to.
So Paige just carries on the conversation. I've got amazing resin, but I'm scared to waste, so I'm trying UV first, resin first.
Okay.
It'll be my first resin try, period. Sorry, I was off subject, just curious.
Okay, so yeah, so the resins, I have big jugs of like 2-part epoxy resins, and I have done that with the recent coasters. And what I did do was, because let's face it, when you're doing like coaster pours, you don't necessarily know how much you need, and you're gonna have extra. So I did use that in some of the IOD molds. I had the molds off to the side so that if I had extra resin, I would add it in. And with the coating over the I was doing alcohol ink coasters and things. So if you didn't catch that video, that one's out. But then it drips out over the side, right? So you on the plastic that you've laid down, you get all this extra epoxy of the resin. So I'm using my spatula and I'm scooping it up and I'm putting it into the molds as well, just because, you know, I'm thrifty that way. So that worked great. And then I did the casting resin in the next video. It was actually for the bench, the bed turned bench video. I did the casting resin in that. And my first try with that did not work. It got really hot really fast, and it set as I was pouring into the first mold. I only stirred it for exactly the 2 minutes that it said, but it hardened, bam, like literally I had it pouring out of the cup and in there so that it all solidified in the pour. It was cool to watch, but it shouldn't have gotten hot. So I don't know what was going on with that. The second time that I did it, I only stirred it for 30 seconds, poured everything out, worked great in the molds, and I had no problem. So I don't know what happened with the first time, but 30 seconds was magic for me rather than the 2 minutes. The 2 minutes just was overstirring, and the heat that I started to experience was probably my first clue that, oh, it's a catalytic reaction happening here, and you probably don't have the time that you think you do. And that was right, but it was learning. It was learning. So it was a whack of resin that hardened in the cup shape. So
just to finish off, she says, that's what I'm afraid of. That's why I'm trying UV resin first. I've seen what happens before mixing too much at a time causes that. Mixing too much of that. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe because I did 2 capfuls of the part A and then 2 capfuls of part B because I was doing a bunch of them. But then the second time I did exactly the same thing, and it was fine, but I didn't stir it for the 2 minutes it said. So I just was anxious that if I didn't stir it enough, it wouldn't set. But then when I stirred it for what it said, my other epoxy resin, I have to stir for 5 minutes, and then, but it takes overnight to dry. So it's not the amazing casting resin where it sets up right away. And so 2 different things, and just mix a little bit to start and play with that. Do it for a really small mold and see the timing and how it works for you. That's what I'd suggest. I just figured I was an idiot and I'll just fix it the next time. So the second time was a charm. It worked fine, but catch that video if you want to see me mess up. More than happy to share that stuff with you guys too. So today's video, just super quick, super cute, a lot of fun, I think, for some little Halloween stuff for the kids. If you've got them hanging out with you, give it a go. Friday's video, I wanted to play with the new Portobello stamp. I have actually another project that I'm going to be doing with that because I found a mess of blocks. So we're going to do a town. But I wanted to play with them on, this is the Portobello. This was the Antiquities because I was doing it and I hadn't done the Antiquities stamp yet either. But, you know, I took like an aged or kind of Victorian looking paper and we did some decoupaging, the stamping. The stamps are so detailed, you guys. They are just awesome. So we finished them off and did some wood coasters. They came with little rubber feet. All that information is there for you guys on Friday. But that was really, I have no space for anything. I'm looking, kind of going, where can I put those?
Paige says, appreciate taking the time to explain. Thanks.
Hey, my pleasure, Paige. And if you have other questions, you can always email me, queenbeecreations@primus.ca, or message me through the Facebook site as well. So that's what I'm here for, you know, answering questions. I get people popping in here all the time. So local folks do the drop by. If you're not local, then, you know, just dropping me a message works too. More than happy to answer. So this stuff for today, I'm going to go through a bunch of it. We're definitely in full on fall mode. So there's a number of fall kind of things and definitely some Halloween. You can see orange and stuff happening over here. So we'll get to this whole schmozzle because it was a good find, but y'all have to see what you think of it. So let's get started with stuff that I need to tuck off to the side to make room to be able to reach other things. So first up, I'm going to need glasses. First up, oh Lord, this is heavy, is this big cast iron feather tray. And it is cast iron. This has got heft. I mean, this is like a workout just doing this, right? I'm doing it with my good shoulder, not my bad shoulder. I threw my dog's toy just a couple of times and now I'm whining about my shoulder. So $14 for the big feather. This is in the kind of the brown and black tones. So usually cast iron you get in this kind of color or in the pure black color, but it's got some of the black detailing and just lovely. It's got some felt feet on the bottom as well. So let me try putting that off to the side because I'm going to load some things onto it. Okay. This guy is a super cute little handmade. It's got an official like stamp, embossed stamp in there from a pottery house. I think the only part that I could make out was Ontario. So it is from somewhere in Ontario. Troy, Ontario, Canada. I see that. I don't know the name of the company. That part's blurry. So Troy, Ontario, Canada. Cute little pitcher and open sugar bowl for $9.50. It's got some cutout designs around it and kind of in that speckled two-tone kind of look. Let me put that off to the side. Okay. So these guys are just super cute little glass chicken egg cups. So they are, you know what? They are in good shape. They're not in perfect shape. It looks to me like maybe a little bit of the edging was chipped off, but sanded smooth. But I like them. They're perfectly functional. They're really cute. Kind of the chicken mess there with the holder on top. So $7.50 for the pair. There we go. This is a little cream lace Sky McGee porcelain trinket dish. So you can see the little cutout designs along the edge to give that lace patterning and feel. And it's almost like little fleur-de-lis, raised fleur-de-lis along the side. $4 for that little guy. And these little guys, these are hand painted little floral salt and pepper shakers from Japan. So you can see they're in a pale blue color with the blue and pink florals and greenery with the gold top. Just super cute. These are vintage, but in really good shape for their age. So super cute for $7. And the last thing to get off the top of this is this guy. So we're getting into turkey season, certainly here in Canada, way sooner than y'all in the States for sure, right? But this big turkey covered dish. So lid, it's in great shape. The only piece is that right on the very bottom, on the bottom lip, there's a little chip down here. I took a picture of it, so it's on the website. I mean, obviously it's not up anywhere that you see it, that you touch it or anything, but you know, I like to disclose these things. $14 for him.
What are you using for?
So he's very cute. You could use him for anything. You could use him as a tureen. You could use him as a vegetable dish. You could use them as a hidden candy stash.
A pate bowl.
Yeah. It depends. Depends upon what you're doing. All right. This is a Casabella by Gantz Harvest gravy boat. So just in time. It's a nice size with all of the harvest vegetables and fruits. So you've got some sunflowers, and I love the corn. I love the corn on the side. Just that kind of almost like Indian corn with the multicolors and things, but with the squashes and the apples, and super cute for $14. So it's in pristine condition. So great shape for that one. This guy is virtually like brand new. It's a copper chef springform flan pan for $10 with the insert grate, which I don't know what you do with that and what you need that for from a baking perspective. I can think of other things I do with it, but I don't know what you need that for. But it removes, as does the bottom, as with all springform pans. So this is new pristine condition, $10. Yeah, let me pull this one first, and then I'll slide the other one down. Okay, this is a double-tiered wire and metal tiered tray, and with these little hooks, it'd be perfect for, you know, like hanging some jewelry, or especially if you have like a small market or shows and things, because it gives you a lot of display space. Got a lovely wooden handle at the top. So $11 for that. And then let me get this big tiered tray. This one is cool. This one is $15. I love this because it's got kind of this modern sort of angular design, right? It's got the black base. These trays all come off. So easy cleaning, easy storage. These just remove this way. They can stack up this way. So easy to put away if you're going to. Obviously good for, you know, serving, you know, small tarts, doing a tea tray, doing little canapes and appetizers. You know, if you're having a big buffet, it's nice to have some risers on the buffet table. One, for looks, but also because then you're not taking up as much real estate out across the table. But I love these for just display purposes, you know, so you're looking at this as creating its own little tablescape or vignette with all of your little mini gourds and pumpkins and your greenery and, you know, nuts and things like that. And then switching it out come Christmas with all of the Christmas pine boughs and the pine cones and little mini bottle brush trees and that sort of thing. So you're able to use it as a decor piece as well as a functional piece if and when you're doing some entertaining, right? So that one's super nice and a little bit easier to ship since you can stack the trays and not have to have them shipping all like this. We know I love cast iron. My other cast iron bell, that the wall bell that I had come across with the duck, the Asian one, that sold, and I love the person that sold to, so that got a good home because I love that one. This one is a solid cast iron bell. It's got the hook on the inside, but it's missing the clapper. I think I said clacker. I'm kind of going, I know there's a real name for it. Clapper is the name. All right, clacker. You get what I'm saying. So it's missing that, but you could hang anything, and usually just on a little bit of string or something, tying on a couple of nuts is good enough. It's got the hanging spots for it. It is like solid black pewter, obviously with a nautical theme because against the wall is this anchor, but super cute to have like outside your cottage or something like that if you were doing it, or if you have a nautical themed room. So $18 for that, and it's substantial. It's a solid cast iron piece. These guys are super cute. This is from a company called Tea Party, and it's $12 for the set of 2. And the cups run opposite, right? The blue exterior and kind of the pinky toned interior, same pink on the outside with the blue. The little plates have swirls and designs and all in the complementary colors, right? So you can again go opposite colors and things. So $12 for the pair, and they're just super cute for having tea. And just they're adorable, and they're as new as well. So I was lucking out with a lot of that. Okay, I have a whack of some seasonal mugs to show you, but let me just get a couple of the peripheral things, and then we'll just stick in there with the Raydun. This is, again, kind of seasonal in the sense that I'm calling it turning because it's got the birch trees. Let me do the bottom here for you guys first. And then up top, it's got the birch trees just starting to turn because they're usually like the first leaves up north to start changing. You've got some of the fir trees, and you've got the rocky shoreline. So this is an original watercolor. I'm leaving it to you guys to guess at the signature there, because I can't decipher it entirely, and I'd be making it up and I couldn't track it down. So you feel free. $22 for this guy. It's got the little hanging hardware hook on the back, and it's matted and framed, and just a nice little just becoming fall picture. These guys I've got hovering in the back. I'm selling them individually because one or the other, maybe all that your decor needs. Buy both if you want. So these are grapevine pumpkins. So they're wired up, and just super cute little rustic pumpkin shapes. The small one is $6.50, and this bigger one is $12. Both a deal because these usually run a good dollar otherwise. You guys stay there? Yes. Okay. Cool. So definitely we're starting, and I did already add into the seasonal decor other fall related pieces that were older stock that I had left from last year. So those I've made live on the website. Doesn't mean that they're not good, just means that they're not just totally brand new to the shop. But I've added all of those. I have turned on other wreaths and things. So you can check out the seasonal decor section as well for additional items that I'm showing you. This Ray Dunn stuff is all new, old stock, meaning it's all brand new. I think that it was a store that got rid of it, and I bought it all up. And I've had it since April, May. So, in anticipation of the season. So, we have a number of the Ray Dunn, the typical Ray Dunn mugs that are all just that standard, lovely, large size. And they're all listed individually. So, each of these is that 16 plus ounce size. They're all $8 in the shop. This orange one says Jeepers Creepers. I can text them up there. This green one says Witch Please. Oh, down here it looks almost chartreuse. It's more a poison green. Not the bright chartreuse looking. That one just get hit by the light in such a way it looks really bright there. This guy is not Halloween themed. It's apple cider, and it's got a lovely kind of apple toned color on the inside as well. And this purple toned one says Ghouls Night Out. So those guys are all $8 on the website. Now this one, in that pumpkin orange, this is a slightly different style. You can see that it doesn't have as big of the handle. So slightly different style and a little more regular shape to it rather than the irregular shape of the typical Ray Dunn mug. And it also has a coaster on the top. It says Ray Dunn, but it's got a carved out maple leaf. So this becomes either a lid to keep your beverage warm or cold, or a coaster, right? Whichever way you're using it at the time. And this one also is $8 on the website, and it says Morning Pumpkin. I would say that's what you say every day to me in the morning, but that's not true. Usually he goes,
If you say it to me every day.
All right, this next batch of Ray Dunn mugs, they are all $12 because they are all lidded mugs. And the thing I like about these is, as much as yes, you can use them as a mug to drink out of and have the lid to keep them hot, I also like these as part of, if you had a Halloween party, then these are great as little candy dishes. So the first one up is this one with the pumpkin head. It says Trick or Treat. So $12, super cute. This one, so this black with the witch's hat, so says Basic Witch. And, so again, as candy dishes, I think that the lids then become, just super cute, part of decor. This one's my favorite. It's got the witch's legs sticking up. So it says, more booze, please. BOOS, not the BOOZE.
Oh.
It's a play on words, but I know where your head went on that one. All right. And then the last Ray Dunn, I know, it was a good score, guys, and great pricing on the Ray Dunn. So the last one is this Ray Dunn. And these guys are still all wrapped in their original plastic. This one is too. So this one definitely is like little canister set, with the little, really, it looks more like it's a gnome, a little gnome with a hat. I was thinking it was a ghost, but then when I looked at it, it has a little nose and it looks like it has a beard. And then the little pumpkin. So this says Trick or Treat, and this one says Spooky. And it's got the wooden tray base for them to sit on. And again, super cute just to be able to have, little Halloween candies in, like the Halloween jujubes, candy corn if you're into it. You either love it or hate it, right? No, nobody is ever indifferent to the candy corn thing. But this comes with, like the Ray Dunn stamped ribbon and the Ray Dunn tag. So definitely original. And it's $16. That's a lot of Ray Dunn. That's an addition. I think that there's still a Ray Dunn skeleton cat mug. Cat that's, yeah. So I think that there's still, I forget what it says, but I think there's still that one on the website too, if I'm not mistaken. But so good deal on all the Ray Dunns. And if you're somebody that likes to have little theme mugs to be able to drink out of for the seasons, then we got you covered. But if you're also somebody that loves a Halloween party and you're going to be hosting one now that we're out and about and doing that sort of thing, then again, some of these mugs and some of these containers are super cute to be able to have out in your party table and have various nuts and candies and things in them. So I think these are cute. I would probably end up putting different candies in here, but I would probably decorate my cake with the hat and the legs on opposite ends of it or something, so it looks like she's sticking out of it, kind of like the feet sticking out of the house in the Wizard of Oz kind of idea. Makes me think of that. Okay, I'm thinking that I got everything covered. I end up with it spread out all over, and those of you guys that have been walking into the shop for the first time, having seen it on camera and then seeing it live, you know my pain. I don't have enough places to put all this stuff, so it's kind of a minor miracle when I come in on Thursdays and I manage to actually clear off a bit of my table, although half the desk is always occupied with stuff that I couldn't fit anywhere else. So it's a real problem. It's a real challenge. That's my Thursday mornings, trying to find places for all these things. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you. Definitely check out the videos if you haven't done that. That helps my channel, helps YouTube think people want to watch more of me. So it helps them be able to share it out and things too. So great way to be able to support me, to support other small channels though too. Is just like, share. Those things are just invaluable to getting the website known, getting the store known, getting the channel known. All those things help. Love you guys a lot. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Take care. Oh, that's a long way to stretch. Oh, finally.